No, I can't do it right. No. No. And welcome to the Review Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Coming to America 2, or Coming to America. So this used to be a film that we were going to watch at the cinema, but due to COVID, things have been strange with the cinema releases, and obviously Amazon bought the rights to it, so now it's an Amazon original, and we get to watch it from the comfort of our seats. And so I'm here to give you a non-spoiler review. So get down in the comments below, let me know how much, if at all, you liked the first original film, and if you're really excited to see number 2. I'm going to keep it non-spoiler. I will be doing a spoiler moments video, but only when this film is released, so don't worry about that for now. Let's get into it. The African monarch Akeem learns he has a long-lost son in the United States and must return to America to meet this unexpected heir and build a relationship with his son. I have to admit, I wasn't sure what to expect with this film. It's been so long since the original came out, and it's been years since I've watched the original. I was going to watch the original back to back, and I thought, oh, okay, for most viewers who probably haven't seen the original for a long time, or who haven't even seen the original, you may end up watching this on just like number 2, and maybe not recollect much from the first one. I'm here to say that's okay. They do a lot of kind of recap during the film, but at the same time it does feel like you need to have seen the first one, because they do have a lot of characters talking about what's gone on in previous parts. So I feel like you might feel like you're missing out on something if you haven't seen in the first film. That's not to say there isn't fun to be had with this film. I thoroughly enjoyed Eddie Murphy doing Eddie Murphy things again. So we have him as, you know, the king, and he's going to find his lost long son, and then he brings his son back, if you've seen the trailer, to his kingdom. He wants to hand over the heir. It's very aware of the time that it's filmed in. So it's relative to what's happening now in our world. And so where the first original was filmed in the 80s, there was a lot of stuff that wouldn't be okay to have now. And so they're aware of that. And so if that is kind of part of the storyline. So we have Eddie Murphy has 3 daughters, and they're all kind of wondering why they've now been shoved to the side, because there's the son now that can suddenly come and take over the kingdom because he happens to be a dude. And so that all plays very heavily in the storyline. I will say that I didn't massively enjoy it. I wasn't blown away by it, and I definitely don't think it's as good as the first. However, I did have a smile on my face for most of the film, and that's because there's a lot of nostalgia there to be had. It's great seeing those characters back on screen again. Eddie Murphy doing Eddie Murphy things is fantastic, especially in the barbershop scenes where he's playing multiple characters, or other characters are playing multiple characters is great. Having James Earl Jones as the dad, or as the king, is great. There's a fantastic character that just will remind you of Rafiki from The Lion King. There's even like similarities to The Lion King. I think they make a bit of fun with that. It's definitely a film that you can play the game. Who's going to pop up now? And I won't say because I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a lot of cameos in this, which are great because you love to see them on screen. You can also try and spot the white dude. I don't think the white dude or the white lady. I just thought it was a fun game to play, because I do like to play funny games when the film that I think is meant to be making me belly laugh isn't doing that. And so, yeah, we have the conundrum. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I do feel like the script had some issues. There were also a couple of moments in the film that gave me pause to think of what's actually going on in this kingdom. And I realized they were trying to say something with the film, with the time that it's in, and not just have a ha-ha laugh, but actually, you know, kind of bring it up, like I was saying, to the modern time. Which was weird for the couple of things that were happening in the film. And I feel like I spoke to a friend of mine, and I'm going to talk about this in the spoilers, but there were a couple of moments I just thought that were dark and left an underlining feeling of kind of made me not enjoy some of what was going on in the film, because that was just left in my mind stewing, going, was that actually what was happening? And then I was like, no, I just need to take it as a laugh, and I'm taking it too seriously. And if you do take this film too seriously, then you're probably not going to enjoy it, because it is more silly than the first one. And just a kind of an example, Wesley Snipes in this is fantastic. I loved every moment he was on screen. But he does kind of introduce himself in a dance with a number of other characters dancing, and that is hilarious, and it's over the top, and his character is totally over the top. When we have a few characters that are over the top, and talking about the characters that are over the top, they all have ridiculous, lavish costumes. The costume design work in this, and the set design, especially for the kingdom, the fictional kingdom like Wakanda, there's that as well. The costume design is excellent, and I loved watching that. So there are moments in this film that the laughter kind of creeps up on you, and you probably will have a smile on your face for most of the film. But you could be forgiven to thinking, oh, there isn't much meat to this film, and it is silly, but I felt like the original had more meat, if that makes sense, than this one. And people will say, well, why are you comparing it? It is a direct sequel. It has been a long time, so there is a natural comparison to be had there. Although, it's a different time. I think the costumes are great. I think the acting was fun. It was so good to see so many people that we know in a collaboration together. The main thing that I came away from this film was I feel like they had a hell of a lot of fun making this film. And it's very evident when the credits roll. You can see some of the outtakes. You get some of those outtakes that you see sometimes in films, with comedies, and they do that, and that's a lot of fun to see. Do stay to the right at the end of the credits, because there is a little sequence with Eddie Murphy, which I think you'll really enjoy. So for the standouts for me, were definitely Wesley Snipes stole the film for me. Eddie Murphy doing his Eddie Murphy thing, which I think was great. And then there was one of the daughters, feels like it reminds me of one of the ladies from Wakanda who could really fight and holds that kind of warrior presence, and seeing her kind of stick fight with Eddie Murphy, I thought that was pretty cool. And so those moments I enjoyed, apart from the nostalgia moments, which are obviously very good. So let me know in the comments below what you thought. I'm going to give this a B-. I was teetering on a C+, between a B-. I'm still kind of there because of those two moments, which I will talk about in a spoiler review. But for now, that's where I stand. Let me know, are you excited for this? James Earl Jones, just hearing his voice, and a couple of other voices which I think you'll be really happy to hear. The costumes, the set, that's all definitely worth watching it. I feel like you'll have a slight smile on your face for the majority of this film. Thanks so much for watching this review. Thanks so much for watching this review, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.